Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So when I was thinking about what video I wanted to record for you guys today, I realized that I really wanted to do this video for you guys because I thought back to when I was a little bit younger and I would watch all these beautiful girls put their makeup on, particularly their eyeshadow. I realized that I really didn't know what these girls were talking about, and I was really overwhelmed by the amount of brushes that they used, and I didn't even know what a transition shade was, and I didn't know all these makeup technical terms. So I thought it would be really helpful if I just introduced 6 of my favorite brushes. I feel like with these brushes you can really achieve any look that you want, and it's pretty simple. I really want to just break it down for you guys so it's as easy as possible. I'll explain what each of these brushes do so I can just show you guys how it works, and if you want to see how I put on my eyeshadow, then just keep watching. Okay, so before I start this video, I'm going to show you guys the 2 palettes that I'm using, and I feel like I use these palettes a lot because there's neutral shades in them, and I really like to use neutral shades because with brown hair, brown eyebrows, brown eyes, I feel like going for more of the natural tones really just emphasizes natural beauty, and those are the colors that I just use the most. So first I'm going to be using this Morphe palette. I will link this down below for you guys, and these are the colors. So as you can tell, these are the most amazing colors I've ever seen in my entire life. And you guys will see the colors that I use when I start to use it. And then I'm going to use this Too Faced palette. I really like this palette because it has such nice highlight colors that I used to like to use for my brow bone and in the center of my eye. So I will show you guys those as well. So the first brush that I feel like if anyone owns a makeup brush, they should definitely own a blending brush. And so this is the Morphe M511 brush. As you can see, this is a very fluffy brush, and you really want to use a fluffy brush when you start off with your makeup because you're going to go in with your transition shade. So a transition shade is basically going to start, I like to start it all the way from my nose because I think that it connects your crease of your nose all the way down to the end of your eye. And this is basically the shade that's just going to emphasize your natural brow bone. So from where your eyeball ends to where your brow bone starts, from here to here, this is where you're gonna wanna put your transition shade. So usually I go in with the lightest color. By the way, I've already prepped and primed my eyes, meaning I've already washed my face, put my moisturizer on. I used my Shape Tape concealer to prime my eyes, and then I went in with my Tarte brush, and I will link this down below for you guys. It's part of a brush set, but I like to go, and you can go in with any brush that's fluffy and just kind of just set it. So, and by setting it, this makes it that there's no creases, and it just gives you a very clean base to start your makeup. Anyways, back to the blending brush. I'm going to go in with the shade Natural, and that's this one right here. So like I said, you're gonna want to go from right around your nose all the way until the end of your brow, and you're just going back and forth and back and forth, and this is basically gonna just be the main base for your eyeshadow, and it's going to show the natural creases in your eye. The way I like to think about makeup when I do my eyes is basically I just like to contour my eyes. So the goal of it is to bring dimension back. You're trying to bring the more darker tones in the center, the lighter tones up here, and then ideally you want lighter tones here. So first you're taking to your transition shade, and I'm going to do that to both of my eyes. So you do in circular motions and then back, forth, back, forth. That's basically the way I like to put it. Okay, so your transition shade is on. As you can tell, there's already a little bit more life back into my eyes. And once you have your transition shade, the next brush I go in with is this Sigma Blending E25 brush. So this is very similar to my bigger blending brush, except it's a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more precise. And basically what I do with this brush is I want to go in to the very crease of my eye. So right here. So transition shade, you're ideally going to want to go all the way here, all the way until the end. This brush specifically, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade, and I'm going to go right along there. So I'm going to go in with the shade Epic, which is right there. And I'm going to just put it in, tap it off. And so as you can see, I'm going to just put it right there, and this just again emphasizes your eye and brings some dimension back And by putting it right here, you're kind of just outlining your natural brow bone. And always when I take this brush and I put a little bit of the darker tones in this area, I like to go back with my blending brush and just blend it out, because you just want everything to be seamless and look very airbrushed. See how blending it out with my blending brush just makes it look a lot more put together. So again, and then if I feel like I need a little bit more, I tap it off and just put it in the areas that you feel like you need it. Again, I'm gonna blend this out. And you're good. I'm gonna do the same thing to the next eye. Okay, so see how it kind of looks a little rough on the edges? I like to just take my blending brush again and just blend that out. The cool thing about eyeshadow is you can really just mess up, but as long as you have your blending brush, you're chilling, because you can just blend it out, and all of a sudden you have a naturally shaded eye. Okay, so since I'm going for more of a natural look, this will really just do it for me. Again, you can go in a little bit darker, as you please. If I were to go in darker, I'd probably just use the same brush and go into the colors mauve or even sweet, and you just kind of put it on the end of your eye. Same idea. Once you're putting it on the end of your eye, you're going to want to take your blending brush and always blend it out. Next, you can really take any brush you want. This is an NYX brush. It's very small and dense and very thin, and ideally what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just spray it with, I'm going to just spray it with some rose water right now because I don't have my Fix Plus, but you can just spray it with some Fix Plus, anything that's going to make the color come a little bit more pigmented. And that's when I'm going to take my Too Faced palette and I'm going to go in with the colors Marshmallowed and Halo. And I'm going to put this on the center and the inner corner of my eye. And doing this again just really ensures that you have dimension. It makes your eyes look bigger. And I really love how this looks when it turns out. And then I put this in the inner corner. I like to go even a little bit below my eye just so it creates kind of like a C on your inner corner of your eye. And just tap that in. And guess what? I'm taking my blending brush again and blending that out because it'll just make it look really nice. I'm going to just repeat that on the other side. My next brush that I use quite often is my BH Cosmetics brush. This is number 9. Again, this is in a brush set, and I will link it down below for you guys. I'm going to go in with the color Halo, and I like to use this one because it's a little bit smaller than my NYX brush, and I like to put this on my brow bone. It just is much more precise, and I feel like it just shows color off a little bit better. So the reason why we're putting a highlight shade on our brow bone is because it really just pops this area and makes this area stand out. Just the same concept as making or highlighting parts of your face, highlighting the part of your brow bone just really makes it look lifted, and that's what we want. And lastly, I like to take this BH Cosmetics brush. It's kind of dome shaped, it's very round and dense, and what I like to do is I usually don't like to put wing liner on, so instead of putting wing liner on, I just use a shadow to create the illusion of a winged liner. I'm gonna go in with mauve again and just dip that in, and I'm just gonna go beneath my eye. So by doing this, you can accentuate the eye and you can take the shadow all the way until the end. So you can kind of just take your brush and line it up at the bottom of your eye, and that's ideally where you want to end the shadow. So once you created that kind of line, I just kind of brush it up so it blends in. Go back again. And then I like to take my Sigma blending brush and I just like to blend these two in. See how that kind of just naturally accentuates the eye, but you just don't even have eyeliner on? So this is the finished look with eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna pop some mascara on real quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I really just wanted to show you guys how I put my eyeshadow on more in depth. I really hope it helped you guys out, for those of you who needed a little bit more of an explanation. And if you guys have any other video ideas that you guys would like to see me do, please comment down below. I read all of your guys' comments. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!